Welcome, everyone, to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I am your host, the complete, always ready Matt Cardona, a.k.a. the $1,000 Broski, a.k.a. the Michael Jordan of wrestling figure collecting. And I'm live in Palm Desert, California.
Nice. And I'm your host, the most professional wrestler, TNA star, proud member of the system, your brand new Squared Circle Expo Prime.
Oh, wow.
Champion.
Wow.
Brian Myers, what's up, everybody?
Wow, you beat those two guys? I got to talk to you about that match in a minute. I'm also your producer, Smart Mark Sterling Esquire, the most famous professional wrestling lawyer. And this show is brought to you by our good friends, of course, Ringside Collectibles. Use code MAJOR to save 10%.
Guys, follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Major WFPod. Subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Wherever you're listening to your podcast, subscribe and leave a review. Not just any review, a major review. If we read it on air, you will get a prize. And tweet it to us using the hashtag major review so we see it.
Broski, this is a lot here. So Craig Usher at TNA NXT.
I said that I went up to Nana and I asked him about it.
We talked about the Usher incident too. Usher! Face. Yeah. Nana, big Delta Lounge guy. Saw him twice this weekend in there.
Oh, my God, of course.
Yeah.
He says, sung to the tune of Zack Ryder's O Radio theme song. Okay, so there's multiple screenshots here, Broski. Would you like to take a crack at this?
By the way, a fan came up to Broski all weekend singing the song to him, so I feel like I've heard the song so much lately.
Honestly, I tried practicing this.
I tried practicing this, he said.
The cadence is a little off.
Oh,
so,
man.
I'll just read the first verse. Every week, they got the scoop. Oh, Matt and Brian keep it moving like a pro. They talk about figures, collectibles, and fun. Bringing us the news. Yeah, they get it done. You got to go to the next screen. Okay. The show is fire. Never miss a beat. Unboxing figures. Bringing heat to the streets. From the toys to the merch, they got it all. Join the Major fam. It's the best podcast call. It goes on and on and on. I love when people do this stuff. But guys, please, if you're going to do it.
Where's the O Radio part?
So major wrestling figures. The cadence is off.
Major wrestling figures, yeah.
Yeah, the cadence is off. So if you're going to do stuff like this, which I love and appreciate, please just send in a little recording of you doing it. It makes it so much better and so much easier for us. But this was great. It was 4 screenshots.
Here, you can pause it.
He went the whole way.
Yeah. Wow. Bridge. He wrote bridge. I don't even know what bridge means.
Outro.
Final chant.
He's a pro. He's a ringer.
It was great. So congratulations. You win. But next time, guys, I keep saying this. If you're going to write lyrics, please sing along. It makes it easier for us. The giveaway, courtesy of Ringside Collectibles last week. It was Yokozuna from the Vault. Just find the pin post on X, repost to be eligible. The winner of that is
Brad Michaels, Old School Brad, professional wrestler, CEO of OSA and the Old School Assassin.
Oh, I love that. And the giveaway this week is Bray Wyatt from the Vault, Ringside exclusive.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
MajorMarks.com, patreon.com/MajorWFPod. By the time you listen to this Friday, if you don't have it early and ad-free, it's May. But for April, we had the 2 bonus episodes.
May.
That's right. We had the 2 bonus episodes in April. It was Danhausen behind the face paint. And we had X-Men 2000. We have all the Ask Majors Anythings. Mark, did you put yours up? You're running out of time, pal.
Oh,
Not
shit.
yet. I'm recording it tomorrow, but I'm excited about it because it's going to be about producing live shows. So a bunch of cool questions in there so far.
Did you like mine, Mark?
Yeah, Brian.
I listened to Brian. Brian's was good. I liked it.
Yeah. So I love these.
Booker Man at Creative Pro, guys.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Brian talked about booking shows at Creative Pro. Of course, we have myself. I do the Let 'Em Breeze. Mark does the Silver Linings. Figure Dissecting with D Freedom. The Captain's Log with Joe Shoes. Jay George was on the log, I heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, oh, baby, he's Happy Hour. Are you going to record that, Mark? You're really waiting till the last minute.
Oh, boy.
Last minute, but it will be up before May.
Awesome.
Thanks.
So we got to think of some bonuses for
us.
We got to think of some bonuses for May.
Yeah.
And, of course, if you're in the Hard Foundation Up, you get the card. What's with the Ultimate gift? What's the month for Ultimates? Did we mess this up? Let's figure that out. We'll talk about next week.
That's off-air content, I think.
But so much stuff going on. MajorMarks.com. Sign up today. If you want to advertise your product or service, hit us up, majorpodcast@gmail.com. Follow up, guys. We were at the Squared Circle Expo this week, Indianapolis, Indiana. You know, Brian and I think we'll be lifers there. I love
Famer,
Ed.
I said in my promo. I said I'm a Square Circle Expo Hall of Famer at this point.
We love Ed. We love the Squared Circle Expo. For those who don't know, it's a 2-day convention, same hotel, and there's wrestling shows all at the hotel. So if you're like a fan, you just stay there. If you're a wrestler, you just stay there. It's incredible.
It's just like, and then we say this every year before going and when we get back. Like, it's just like, it's the most fun, fan-friendly convention there is. Like partying and drinking is encouraged. You know, like, I mean, obviously families can come during the day or whatever, but if you're going to stay there and be there like everyone does, it's so fun. There's karaoke that goes into the night, like there's always other things going on, like fun activities and stuff beyond.
They basically take over the whole hotel.
Right. There's panels.
Cool. It's great. And Ed is the best. You know, the first night we did the convention, then Brian, myself, Swoggle, Heath, and Zigman went to the famous St. Elmo's in Indianapolis. Bro, what a meal. What a meal.
A lot of LOLs. Great food.
Even Kinnick dressed up for it.
Kinnick,
well,
we make Kinnick dress up.
Yeah, Kinnick. You didn't know that, Mark?
Rule.
I forced Kinnick into dressing up these conventions. He's a businessman. He can't be wearing like a shirt with his.
Can't be seen on camera in his shorts and his sandals.
Yeah, like Kinnick can't be wearing.
Can't be seen in a business setting and is not his character. You know,
he can't be a businessman wearing a shirt with his face on it with a Power Ranger tattoo on his arm. He can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
I do think the Power Ranger tat was the final straw for Broski. He said,
it was at Comic-Con last year when he's showing someone the major stars. He's got that damn Power Ranger tattoo, but he's shaking like a son of a bitch. And it was like a vibrating Power Ranger. Said, we can't do this anymore. Yeah, even Swagger was there. We had fun. We had some drinks.
Yeah, you guys made up.
And Broski are back.
I mean, the next day, you know who was there? Dirty Dom was there. I met Dirty Dom, and I challenged him for the IC title. So I think that might be happening soon.
Nice.
You know?
Pretty cool.
He's looking great.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He's really Dirty Dom.
Yeah, right.
Really Dirty Dom. But then, of course, the show goes on later on in the night. And like Brian said, he won a Strizap.
You won't believe it.
Well, who was strapped up out of those two?
I tried my hardest, and I was able to beat the Instagram reel guys.
Yeah.
And now I'm the new Prime champion.
What was Big Trouble Ben Bishop the champion?
Big Trouble was the champion.
I am a big fan of him. His content is phenomenal.
No, he's a great guy. He was next to us.
Somehow had a table, not a lot of action at his table, but he had a table next to us all weekend. And we got to BS with him. And I actually think he has a very bright future ahead of him.
Me too. And then I was in this Royal Rumble for the big championship, and I lost to Jake Oman. I was telling Brian this. We did one of those, like, I tried to throw him out, and last minute he turned it on me. You know what I'm saying? One of those quick over the tops.
Right.
Yep.
And it was so fast that my hand missed the apron. You know what I'm saying? So I just full front flip bump to the floor,
Which
no
if anyone has
pads.
footage of, I would greatly appreciate that.
A Major Mark has it. The bottom of my feet hurt so bad.
Oh my God.
It's like my feet, my soles and my feet hurt so bad. Anyway, next day, Brian and I got up 4:30 a.m., flew to Los Angeles, California, TNA Rebellion. You're never going to believe it. I was in the Ultimate X match.
Sold out.
Sold out, baby.
Gallon Center. Unbelievable.
I was there. Unfortunately, I did not get the job done. Very Toyota gear. Look at Casey Navarro kicking him right in the head.
Jesus. His career's
I will
over
say,
right there.
I'm sure you've all seen on social media by now, the Leon Slater Swanton 450 off the top of the Ultimate X. What a moment.
Yeah.
That's a career
I say this
definer.
every time the Ultimate X is set up, it's disturbingly high and intimidating and scary. And then this one was like the weirdest, highest one of all time. I walked out there and went, how is this even possible?
It was very intimidating.
It was a spectacular match. I mean, nothing Broski did was spectacular, but
what are you talking
everyone
about?
else,
Look at that kick, Brian.
I kicked
I meant
the
like
shit out of him.
high-flying spectacular.
Well, I'm not a high flyer, but what a great match. I watched it back. I loved it. And I will say that Leon Slater stole the show for sure, but
He's
got to
gonna
say,
be something else. That kid, he's awesome.
Casey Navarro, let me just say this. He's a little Mark boy. He was the broski that we could try to be years ago. And we exchanged broski boots in the match. But I will say he he impressed the hell out of me in that match. Taking time, slowing down, getting reactions. I'm like, I was so proud of him.
Nice.
He wasn't just doing move. He was slowing down, letting the people soak it in. That's what it's all about.
Broski, did you ever
Did you pull Vikingo aside and tell him that he needs to slow down after it?
No, I didn't tell him that. No, Mark, believe it or not, there was a moment that I was going to get there, but Sydney just pushed me off. And I crotched myself on the top rope, and the fans in the front row were chanting Blue Chew after that.
Oh, shit. Ouch.
Yeah.
Blue Chew needed.
Blue Chew's needed after that. Unbelievable.
Ouch.
Great.
But Moose
did
stole the
we
victory.
met the Blue Chew guys?
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we met.
It was very
Blue Chew
nice.
guys. How about my match? WWE Hall of Famer, 2-time Hall of Famer, Sean Waltman.
Yeah, he was
Ringside,
getting in your
throwing
business
suckets.
again, dude.
What?
He got into your business again.
Again, I had to double retire him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, throwing suckets. He kicked me. He gave Lish the X Factor.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Ridiculous.
Didn't
Unbelievable.
expect that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, though.
All
Very
right,
fun
so-
night. Big night for TNA. Like I said, sold
Huge night
out
for TNA.
LA. And we're rolling right into this Thursday live.
Oh, is it live?
Live Thursday night episode of TNA.
Oh, that's so great because it starts even earlier, West Coast.
That first night, well, yeah, for sure. Not the second night. Yep.
I might be able to get to Universal and afterwards because they're doing this whole Back to the Future thing where they're recreating, because they have the actual set from Back to the Future. It was filmed at Universal Studios. So right now they're doing something where they've recreated it, like the Hill Valley and the Clock Tower. I might be able to get there if it's live.
Well, that's cool. That is awesome. That would be awesome to walk in.
That would be.
You know what I need to get back to? The lobby to drink some garage beers with the boys. That's what I'm trying to get back to.
All right. Anyway, did you see this GQ Sports segment where CM Punk talked about he's walks around with that little mini Jax Bret Hart?
Yes, I did see this.
I thought that was cool.
Right.
I love those little figures. We've talked about it many times. I use those as like back in the day. This is when they had like Mini Vader and Mini Goldust. So I'd use them as mini guys in my promotion.
I always say those are the ones that I took on vacation, so I have to pack all my bone crunchers and stuff. I bring
the best.
those to keep the Fed going a little bit
That's
while
right.
I was away.
Little house shows
Little house shows, yeah.
on the road. What about this? Our good friend John Cohn at the WWE The World got to actually hold his samples of his From the Vault figures.
So cool.
Great.
Man,
We're going to
need
try to do
both of
something
those.
with Cone and Swaggle when that set comes into ringside and make dreams come true.
I might actually fly in for that. So keep me posted on that. Not much follow up or news this week, but we'll get to some things, guys.
There was a lot of news last week. I think there was a quote in the group, keep it quick, D, and then someone wrote an hour and a half later.
yeah. Hold on, D. Oh, never mind. I see. What I had in follow up will be later in the news. So go guys, go to collectmajor.com. Get the comic book has been flying off the shelves. I've been signing a lot of these at WrestleCon and Square Circle Expo.
2 convention weekends in a row. They've been selling like crazy, and then we signed them. Pretty fun.
Get those very very cool. Get the graded one. It's just.
Can you get a comic signed and then graded? Like,
Yes,
does that mess
yes.
it up?
Yeah, you can.
Same as cards. You can do
Nice.
any of that.
All right, cool.
We have to make this announcement, guys. We've been getting this question for weeks now, and we were waiting to make an official statement. So I will slow down. I'll try to read this because I know everyone is not just watching on YouTube to see the announcement. So, announcement. We'd like to inform our customers that the Macho King and Earl Hebner Big Rubber Guys figures, which were previously available for pre-order through Wrestling Collector Shop, will now be exclusively offered at collectmajor.com once they are in stock. In an effort to support our community and maintain trust, Major will honor and fulfill all pre-orders placed through Wrestling Collector Shop at our own expense. If you have an existing order, no action is required on your part. These are estimated to ship in June. Additionally, the King Haku figure is still on the way and will be released as an in-stock item at collectmajor.com. We sincerely appreciate your continued support and understanding. Any in-stock items ordered with the Macho King and Earl Hebner will be shipped separately directly from Wrestling Collector Shop. Brian, you want to elaborate on this, or do you think that did the job?
I mean, what else is there to say?
That's what I say. What else is there to say? Guys,
Right.
we promise you, if you order the if you order the Macho and the Earl Hebner, they're coming. I know some people had ordered the Flair and the Macho together. When the Macho comes in, you're going to get your Flair, okay? So, like, you're going to get what you ordered. We are promising that. We are, with our own funds, making sure that everybody gets what they ordered. Right. From the Macho orders and the Earl Hebner orders, and then those will be on collectmajor.com. But if you order them already from Wrestling Collector Shop, you don't have to do anything. We're gonna get it to you. We have your address, we have your info, we will get it to you, and then the Haku, when it comes, and the Haku will come as an exclusive in stock on collectmajor.com. So I think we summed up everything. People were asking, like, well, what if I ordered the Macho King on Wrestling Collector Shop eBay? Okay, well, that's still Wrestling Collector Shop. We got it.
Yeah.
If you order through them, you're getting it.
Right.
So you don't have to do anything. Now, if you didn't order through them, just wait till it's in stock and you order from us.
Right.
So everyone who either ordered it or wants it is going to get it. Well, not everybody. They're going to sell out.
But we do get it. It was a pretty hefty pre-order, especially on that Macho King.
Yes, and I know there was some confusion, so we were just trying to work out the kinks, and we wanted to wait until we can make an official announcement like this. So thank you guys for the support. Speaking of Big Rubber, guys, if you're listening early, you have a couple days left to get the latest set, which is Bruiser Brody, Haku.
I know we were making fun of May, but I can't believe it's going to be May for real.
Yeah, Bruiser Brody, Haku, Tonga Kid, Kerry Von Erich. Guys, you have until the last day of April to get these, and that's it. So the pre-order is the order. Get these right now. Haku, Tonga Kid, Bruiser Brody, and Kerry Von Erich. But in May, you can get the newest figures on collectmajor.com. You can pre-order the Major Bendy's Housens. That's right. Danhausen set. The brand new Danhausen. This is a whole Danhausen set. Brand new mold for Danhausen.
Yeah, it might be the most toyetic, best looking Danhausen.
I think a little too jacked, but these are toys.
Broski doesn't like how jacked and tan he is, but we'll move on.
But he has all his logos. He has all his tattoos. I think this is the best Danhausen by far, Major Bendy's. Of course, Brian Beatty taking our Major Bendy's to the next level. You'll also get Makihausen, which is super toyetic. Super duper toyetic. I can't wait to add Makihausen. They just
tagged on Friday as this, right?
Oh, I saw them in the makeup. I don't know if it was just posting that, but
no, I think they did the Black Label show after Squared Circle Expo on Friday night.
Sweet.
Believe.
And last,
we were at a steakhouse.
We were at a steakhouse.
You have to get me a tape, Don.
That's right. And last but certainly not least, Danielle Hausen, Topanga.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be. Tyrus was the number one Major Bendy. I think this is going to take the cake.
Man.
Danielle Hausen, Topanga Hausen, whatever you want to call her, her first ever wrestling figure. She said she has a Funko Pop. I don't really consider those figures. So this might be her first ever figure.
Right, I agree. But having a Funko Pop is still pretty cool. But
it is still pretty cool. So this set is available only for 1 month. Again, the pre-order is the order. And you know what's so great about this? I know all three of these people will promote the figures.
Right.
So this might be the greatest selling Major Bendy set of all time. But guys, not just Major Bendy's will be up for pre-order in May, because the first ever non-wrestling Big Rubber guys go up for pre-order in May. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Oh. John Rambo from Rambo, First Blood. The pre-order is the order. You have 1 month. And guys, I'll be honest, Major Marks, we need your help spreading the word about these. Because I don't think there's a lot of Rambo fans listening to the Major Wrestling Podcast.
We need to get outside our wrestling figure fan bubble and let other collector communities know about this.
Yes, and these are in scale. You could have Macho Man versus John Rambo. Imagine that match.
I will say this: I had a Rambo action figure as a kid. I remember nothing about it.
Yeah.
But as I'm looking at this, I'm getting like memories sparked. That gun, that knife, and that bullet roll certainly came with the figure that I had. So that is really interesting. I don't know if it had something to do with the original Rambo toys, but I love it. It's giving me some nostalgia vibes just on the toy front.
I absolutely love this. And of course, if this does well, which I'm sure it will, we'll get into like Rambo 2 and stuff like that. But this is the first one, Rambo, John Rambo. But that's not all, guys. We have Big Rubber guys, Kurt Sloan from Kickboxer, Jean-Claude Van Damme himself. These guys are so toyetic. They're muscular. They're meaty. They're men. And they're perfect for the big rubber guys line. Sweaty, muscular, tan, meaty men.
Love it.
We can have Brian and Matt versus Kurt Sloan and John Rambo. Can you imagine that for FWF?
This would be a hell of a squash match.
Who's squashing who, pal?
Come on, we can't beat 80s icons.
Well, get those now if you're listening when this comes out, or get them in a couple of days if you're listening early on Collect
Rambo
Major.
It's next month. Next month.
I don't know if we could technically do that, but it'd be a fun one.
See that pitching? Somebody's pitching that to Sly Stallone. It's you, but dressed up as Danhausen.
Man. All right, guys. Well, let's go to the news, and the news is brought to you by Garage Beer.
Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has a new tag team partner, Garage Beer.
Scratch that figure itch and scratch that beer itch with Garage Beer.
Every tag team needs a name.
And here it is, Major Garage Beer.
Garage Beer is light, refreshing, and made with the highest quality ingredients.
You can choose between the light beer or my favorite, the lime beer.
And with only 95 calories, it's the smart beer to drink.
I'm Brian Myers, the most professional drinker.
I'm Smart Mark Sterling, and I love beer-flavored beer.
And I'm always ready, Matt Cardona. And the Major Garage is always open. All right, guys, Garage Beer, Major Garage Beer. We have some breaking news. It doesn't really affect like you fans, but it affects us. Like I finally got it through. I finally convinced Brian because we made it work related. We are going back to Orlando for a little Disney trip / Major Garage Beer shoot. So it's work related. Brian has to come. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing that in the beginning of June. A little loophole. But we're filming some good content for Major Garage Beer. The partnership continues. Thanks to all you fans supporting us and tweeting or posting, whatever it's called, hashtag Major Garage Beer. And every single week we'll give away a prize to someone who uses the hashtag Major Garage Beer. So who is winning this week?
Superplex Stadium at Superplex Stad. I'll be in the garage if you need me. Major
Love
Garage
it.
Beer.
Love that.
Keychain there. He's got a Major Garage keychain.
Hey, do you see that I don't want to talk trash or talk controversy. Do you see that was it Natty Light?
Ice? Yeah.
Natty Ice fucking just stealing the whole like garage beer concept.
Like that, but like that's where garage beer comes from though, like that. Okay, let's go smash a couple of beers in the garage, right?
Right. So like now like Natty Light is like pretending like that's their thing. Like obviously garage beer didn't make up drinking beer in the garage.
Right. I know it's just a silly thing to not realize is going on, right?
Yeah. Whatever. So not that much news this week. Not that much news, but some good news. So FC Toys showed off at the Squared Circle Expo.
It was cool to see Jack Slime's and his
Jack Slime, such a great guy. I was telling
always
him like
rooting for Jack Slime.
Always rooting for Jack. Yeah. I just said your factories are slow as shit. But other than that, I love your stuff because the problem with his stuff, you get something in hand, you're like, oh right, but then you gotta wait like a year for the next product.
The same as Power Time. I mean, a lot of places.
Yeah, but we love his stuff, and he showed up the Bone Crushing Wrestling. Take a shot. Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 2, Brian Adams. Looks good. And you can also see in that picture the Wrestling Something Wrestlers, Marcus Bagwell and the Patriot Del Wilkes.
Stars and Stripes, baby.
Man, that's something I didn't think I needed.
It's
but
good looking. Yeah, I will give him that.
I think I'm going to pick that up. It's really cool. Jack's creative with the stuff he does. He doesn't, of course he picks the Macho Mans and the heavy hitters, but he does cool stuff like this. So he has the buff rights. He has the Patriot rights. So let's do it up with the little Stars and Stripes. He also showed off from his Wrestling Something Wrestlers, Perry Saturn, which is the first time Saturn has a figure since Rulers of the Ring Jax.
Man, it's crazy.
Right? He showed off Dwayne Gilberg and 2 versions of the Hardys, like Attitude Era Hardys and the like the debut Sunday Night Heat jobber,
Omega Green Boy
Hardys.
Hardys.
So I love them both, and you see in the background the I believe the the prototypes for Sky 2 Hottie, Crush, SDL, and Mance.
Wow.
So really cool stuff. Ooh, there's a factory sample, I guess, of that Crush.
Nice.
Looks awesome. I totally dig it.
And then we have on the last day, he put up
Ooh.
another little Easter egg. Is that coming?
Yeah, but this is the Red Crush. It's going to be a variant, and then he also has the Sky 2 Hottie. Looks awesome, and the Steph DeLander with the variant.
Oh, I didn't
So
realize that.
I need both of those because that is her gear that she wore with me both times in Japan, like her Princess Peach and then the Indie Goddess.
Right.
So I'm going to need both of those. But yeah, he showed off his Premier line, which is an elite style line of the Patriot Del Wilkes. And guys, I held this in hand. I'm impressed. And he has no other plans for, at least he didn't tell me, for any other guys. He's just going to see how this one does. I like it.
It looks
Yeah.
great.
Looks like it
Looks
fits
real
right
cool.
in with Mattel.
I can't believe how many people are in the 6-inch game now. Holy smokes!
They're going for it. So it's going to have interchangeable hands, different masks, which I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah,
good.
Really cool.
So
Is one head Tom Brandy and one's Del Wilkes?
no.
Be pretty
But
cool,
I think you did a
man.
great job here.
Awesome.
Hastel Toys, the Grapplers and Gimmicks line, showed off Sergeant Slaughter and General Adnod, which I think is really cool because these are must needed in that WWF Hasbro collection.
Yeah, they're very
Man.
different from. Well, obviously Adnan didn't have a Hasbro, but the Sarge is very different from the Hasbro release, so I dig that.
I love it.
Adnan doesn't have any figure except for an AWA Remco, right? He doesn't get a Jack's Classic Superstar.
He does? I guess not, because they made Sheiky Baby in that 2-pack.
That's right.
And
That's
that's
right.
it. And then Mattel made Chic. Okay, yeah.
So I'll definitely be getting these. These look really cool. He also showed off his PCO 95 edition, he calls it, which is
cool.
Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Again, I'll be
Ooh,
getting
I love
this.
some PCO in 95.
Right.
Yeah.
Some crazy shit that he did in 95 that nobody knows about.
Yes, I'll be getting that as well. And then his Regium series showing up. I think he shot Tony Norris.
Oh, snap. That looks good.
It looks good. I want,
I like the
obviously,
scan on that.
I want to see it in hand. I want to hold it in hand. I want to see how it moves. But from that picture, I can't say anything bad about it. I think it looks really good. He also showed off Gangrel. Now, the Gangrel does not have the soft goods shirt, but this one is a little. The material looks a little weird to me. Maybe it's just the photo.
Yeah,
doesn't-
or that could be like hand painted and not a sample.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
quite sure, but I dig it. I'm glad that Big Dave Gangrel's getting something.
Right.
And last but not least, he showed this off. The Steve Mongo McMichael, who just recently passed away.
Right.
Rest in peace, Mongo. It looks great. I don't know about the timing of releasing this image. Like,
That
just
was
chill a little
odd.
bit.
When I saw this post, I thought the same thing. Like, just
Chill,
work
bro.
in silence. It's
Yeah,
it's
just chill a little
render.
bit,
It's not like
you know?
put a pre-order up. You know?
Yeah, I think maybe in bad taste to post
Yeah,
this
I
so
don't even
soon.
know, but yeah.
But the figure
But
looks
on the flip
good.
side, I would want to add a Mongo to my collection. It's pretty
Oh my
cool.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do Ahmed, Gangrel, and Mongo all have the same torso? It's hard to tell. It looks like they do.
Those big pecs on all of them,
Big
huh?
pecs.
It looks very similar.
Right.
But listen,
But they all do have.
they do have similar torsos.
Right. Yeah. When
Mongo's only figure is that Toy Biz 4 Horsemen. I still think
1998, 99.
I still think it holds up, dude. I think it
I
holds
know,
up.
it's a good figure. If he's going to have one, he got a good one. But
Stan's very weird, but it's a great figure.
right.
So, rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael. Mongo's one of the guys I would love to have a WWE Legends deal or
Right.
nostalgia deal, because then you could do like this Mongo, you could do like announcer Mongo with the dog.
Right.
You could do Lawrence Taylor's buddy Mongo.
Yeah.
My God.
So there's
Then we
there's
need
some,
LT finally.
there's some meat on the bone there. All right, guys, this is going to get a little controversial.
Oh boy.
Power Town finally put out their update.
I don't
You know,
understand why. Well, we can start and then we'll.
All right, guys,
Holy smokes.
I can't read this.
We're not
Okay,
reading all this
I think you have to read it. Mark, can you read this? First
Sure.
of all, Power Town, they owe us, and by owe us mean like we've paid and are still waiting for the Remcos, TNA, and the Power Town Ultra Series 2, and we haven't heard a damn thing about them. These were all supposed to be in hand by now, right?
And money has been exchanged.
Money has been exchanged.
For every one of these?
For every one of these.
Every one of these there's been a pre-order, yes.
Yep.
And these were so delayed months ago that they gave us a little coin.
No.
Oh, no.
Pick
sorry.
two. Pick one.
I'm sorry. The coin was for the Matt and Brian. These were so delayed that they let us pick other figures.
And that was already months ago because that happened when we were at Toy-Hio.
And Kyle Peterson.
Knick and I did it right there at the table. So
Mr. Controversy himself, Kyle Peterson, conspiracy theorist.
Kyle is like stirring this up a little too much. Like
honestly, I don't think he is.
I just think it's the same as anyone else, except it's it's delayed.
Well, did you listen to Kyle's rant?
I did not. No.
Okay. Well, here's the issue: people are not able to get their money back, right? Because Power Town did the here's your one, so technically gave them product.
Right. So do you think they did that on purpose, or that's like a happy accident?
I think that's a happy accident. I don't think that was deliberate.
I don't think there was like some grand.
But what I'm saying is people who don't want to wait anymore can't get their money back because they got either the coin or
something was shipped.
Something was shipped. So I'll be honest, guys. Full disclosure. I texted Steve Rosenthal from Power Town and said, hey, is there anything we can talk about on the podcast? There's a lot of unhappy fans.
Posts. There's so many. There's been a lot of posts like, what the heck, blah, blah, blah. But
so I texted Steve, and Steve immediately wrote back, oh, well, what a coincidence that we're putting out a statement today. Little weird timing, but they did put out a statement, and it's long.
Before I read this, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And maybe it's covered in here, but what I saw the Jordan Grace thing about offering refunds or offering
because Jordan. Okay, so Jordan.
This is a Jordan problem.
Let me explain this to
from day one.
Let me explain this to people. Jordan ordered figures from Power Town. She then put them up for pre-order on her site, which she shouldn't have done because who knows when they're going to come.
She offered them like autographed and kissed or something for like a premium price.
Fans are emailing her. Yeah,
I told her not to do it. I said it was too premature. Like literally as the pre-order was going on for the figures.
Okay.
So fans were asking her
where until a year. And that's like best case scenario, right? And now we're doing over a year. So she's obviously being bombarded by I'm sure that store doesn't even exist anymore. She's a WWE superstar now. Like so she's getting like outstanding orders from when she was on the indies basically, you know what I mean?
Right.
So she doesn't want to deal with this anymore.
Where's my shit? So I think she's just over it, you know?
Got it. Okay.
So
that makes
also,
sense.
I want to clarify and say the exact texts that were sent between me and Steve. So I wrote yesterday at 10:25 a.m. Hey Steve, is there any official word we can say on our podcast? A lot of unhappy fans out there with no answers or communication. And Steve wrote back immediately. Power Town State of the Union post going up today. Magnum TA will be in touch with you and Brian in a few. Thanks for reaching out. So
I think. Obviously, I love Steve and Magnum, and I love the product.
I love Magnum.
Everything they've ever put out has taken forever. So, like, I guess that's why I'm like a cooler head situation here. But it's not much different than anything else. Like, it's just a small toy company. It's going to take time. There's setbacks, and then now with these tariffs, everybody's kind of like tiptoeing around this. Like,
well, I think the issue is, Brian, there's no communication.
And that was my point. I said I think the biggest problem was. Like, they go, here's the coin, and this big thing, okay. Here's your pick, too, but it's like months and months, and that's like the only information you're getting, you know?
And guys, listen, if you pre-ordered all those sets, and then if you order the Matt and Brian, we're talking $1,000 or so.
Right.
It's a lot of money, guys.
Oh, dude, I have multiple TNA sets on order. I have a set of the Legends on order.
Now, Mark, do we have to read this whole thing?
No. But also, real quick, Marcus P. says they can't get their money back because you can't file a chargeback after 120 days. Some companies will have 540 days, and we're way after that. That's crazy.
Wow.
So, guys, you either pause this or go on social media and read this.
The TNA pre-order is only a year, though.
Okay, only a year. Come on, Brian.
But I'm just saying, like, we've had plenty of pre-orders for multiple companies go well over a year.
Yeah.
There's nothing really in this. But
that's the problem, Mark. There's nothing. There's nothing in this.
Yeah, it's
Someone
literally just saying sorry.
Called it a
working
word
on it.
salad.
There's like literally like there's just there are apologies, there are promises to get better with communication, but there's nothing in here about when you're getting your product. That's the problem I have with this. It's a great thing, and they talk about this new company that they've started, and they do apologize and they do promise to do better, which I do appreciate. As a fan, as a customer, I appreciate. But there was nothing said about where your figures are. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my issue with this.
I don't think it's a conspiracy, but I will note that it seemed like for a little while, and we kind of made jokes about it, Power Town was very out in the open, making videos, posting things, talking, people going on podcasts, advertising on podcasts.
Yeah, no, that makes you feel better, right?
No. That's when they wanted your money.
He was even
No. When the figures were out, you got a video for every look of Kamala. You know? But now they have your money and they're not saying anything.
Well, all I can say is that TNA set's going to be great.
I think no. Every single set is going to be great, and you are going to get the figures. I know there's so many people
I'm completely biased, and I know I'm going to get smashed for this, but for what I'm saying. But the Matt and Brian 2-pack took forever, but holy shit, it's like my favorite.
I know
thing ever.
That's what I want.
It's a work of art. I'm like, whatever. You know?
I want to put their minds at ease. I honestly believe these are all coming. They're all going to be fantastic. Does the weight suck? Yes. Does the communication suck? Yes. But when the figures actually come, it will be worth the wait. And I understand if people, don't want to pre-order them from them in the future, but you're going to get your figures. There's some people saying the company's going to fold. You're not going to get figures. That's ridiculous.
All that stuff is too much.
That's just conspiracy theory stuff. You're going to get your figures. Okay, these are stand-up guys. Magnum is, Steve is, the people who work there. You're going to get your figures. They're going to be awesome. But the communication, and they say it's going to improve, which is great, but where are the goddamn figures? Even I want to know. I spent my money on these.
Brian, I would say, you said you would get smashed or whatever. I feel very similar. One thing that I would say is that this is not a new thing. I mean, if you go back to when this podcast started, 2017, 2017 was like when Super 7 was doing pre-orders for Masters of the Universe figures, and it was taking 2.5 years. They are still a company.
Right.
This pre-order thing for these side companies, sometimes it comes in 8 months. Sometimes it comes in 2.5 years.
And guys, we're dealing with it right now.
Yeah.
I don't think any figure that it says expected in stock November ever comes that time. There's always delays, especially for smaller companies like us.
Now with what's going on with these tariffs.
Yeah, so guys, we're guilty of things not coming on time. So I've even seen some people
everyone's at a standstill with this,
Yeah, I've seen some people accusing us of why are you doing pre-orders if we don't have stuff in stock? Well, guys, that's the business,
The one thing I will say, you can pull that Rockin' with Dan statement up there. The Remcos were done. Where are they?
Right.
The Titanic. All I'll
that
say
was
is
the one where I'm a little suspicious. Where is this set? Those were done. We've seen them finished and done.
Yeah.
Christy Giovanni says half is a TNA Legend set now.
Yeah, but we knew that the whole time.
We knew that the whole time. That was going to happen.
And I told TNA management this, and I told Powertown this. I said, I don't think it's going to be a problem when, Jordan Grace is a huge WWE superstar and Josh is a huge AEW superstar. I don't think that's a problem.
Right.
And you have their first action figures. I don't think that's going to be a problem, and it's still not.
Well, so real quick to finish the thought, I just feel like if you pre-order. And I know they say coming in 9 months, 8 months. If you pre-order, I feel like you just have to know in your head, this could come in 2 years.
I agree with you. Even with our stuff, because no one's lying to you. These companies aren't lying to you.
Yeah,
they have an estimated thing.
No one's intention is to lie.
Yeah, Zombie's not lying.
Their great expectations are what they are.
Right. We're not lying. Zombie's not lying. Powertown's not lying. We know, and honestly, we didn't really know this until we were in the game. There's delays. The factory fucks up. Something gets screwed up. There's someone else who's buying more product, and your stuff gets pushed down the line. No one's doing this deliberately, guys.
No, and that's why a place like Ringside is at such an advantage, and they do it, by design. they don't announce an exclusive and show you every fucking step of the way. You know?
Right.
The pre-order goes up when that shit's like on the water or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's like a foolproof way to like not piss people off.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
genius. But little guys
like us can't do that.
can't do that. You know.
Yep. All right.
They're going to come. Powertown's great people. The figures are great. And I understand everyone's frustration. I'm obviously frustrated too, but they will come, I promise, and they will be awesome. I promise that.
And I will also say this. I've said it here before. I've seen last month. I got images of all the TNA figures, like samples, like first round of them all. Like they got to be close to being done.
Awesome. All right, let's rapid fire through the rest of the news. Pro Wrestling Tees, Micro Brawlers. Maki Ito finally getting a brawler. Looks awesome.
She didn't have one?
No.
Wow.
And we also got a teaser for Mance Warner and Steph DeLander.
Oh, who put those smooches on his face there?
I believe that was Brett Lauderdale.
Oh, there you go.
Brett
This was
McMahon?
cool. Brett McMahon. Jazzwares, AEW.
Wait. Did we talk about Leo's?
Well, do you have a picture of it? Because I don't. Is it out? Is it up for pre-order? Because if it's not, it's not news.
It's okay, but I just wanted to mention coming soon, Leo Sparrow.
I can confirm that too. They've been going back and forth on the design process. Leo
Very
Sparrow,
cool.
baby.
Happy for Leo. Jazzwares, AEW Unrivaled Collection, Mercedes Moné, 1 of 3,000. What a beautiful figure.
Crazy.
Man, dude, the effort put into this is.
If you look quick at that picture, it looks like a real
And
person.
this is her first figure, right?
Yes.
Awesome. And I love that it's a Shop AEW exclusive.
Bro, that teaser that like Pro Wrestling Tees put out for a second, then we put out from behind, the soft goods was that exact picture right there.
Yeah, it looks like
I
a real
didn't know
person.
that was a figure.
Right.
I thought
Looks
it was
good.
a liquor bottle and then like in a fancy sleeve,
Yeah.
and their hair was like the knob or something.
Oh, I thought it was a picture of her.
Bro, I thought it was like CEO like champagne or I don't know what was going on because the soft goods is so like next level that I didn't
Right.
even realize what was going on. I didn't see her arms or anything, so I was like, what the heck?
But the hair from the back looks real. Look at that.
That's cool.
It's unreal.
Looks really good. Foco. WrestleMania 41 Cody Rhodes bobblehead,
Oh,
1 of 96. And a John Cena. So these are separate. They look like
they're
you can put them together. Cody and John Cena. They look good. Out of
Travis
96. Very, very limited edition. And also Mattel updated the hair color to that Monday Night Wars Brian Pillman.
Let's go.
Ooh.
I like that a lot.
Let's go. We got some ringside news for you. Back in stock, the Bloodline Retro 4-pack. And coming in soon, Elite 118 with Jacob Fatu, Tamatanga, Tongaloa, Solo Sikoa, Nia Jax. From the Vault, Wave 5 with Swoggle, Prototype John Cena, Boogeyman, and Referee John Cohn. Survivor Series Elites with Cody Rhodes, JD McDonough, 123 Kid, and Bret Hart with a build of Nick Aldis. And up next is the Ringside Top 10. This episode of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast has been brought to you by Ringside Collectibles, the #1 online retailer of WWE action figures.
Go to WrestlingFigures.com and make a purchase, and when you do, use discount code MAJOR at checkout to save 10%. It's the Ringside Top 10. You just got 20 figs and your wife is mad again. Ringside Top 10. They got big rubber guys and majors who can bend. Ringside Top 10. For over 30 years, John's proved this ain't a trend. Ringside Top 10. Make sure you use code MAJOR for the discount at the end.
Number 10, Amatanga, Elite 118. Number 9, Will Ospreay, Unmatched Series 11. Number 8, ECW, Paul Heyman, Defining Moments. Number 7, The Rock, Ultimate 25. Number 6, CM Punk, Money in the Bank 2011. Number 5, CM Punk, Ultimate Edition 27. Number 4, Rhea Ripley, Elite 117. Number 3, Finish the Story, Cody and Pharaoh. Number 2, Jacob Fatu, Elite 118. And number 1, oh hell yeah, Bloody Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13. Ringside
excited.
exclusive.
People are excited.
And up next is the 2025 Hall of Fame. Welcome, everyone, to the 2025.
Get up and clap. Just keep clapping.
Welcome to the 2025 Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Hall of Fame. I think before we get into the class, we should show the previous inductees.
I think we always have to. So
we always have to.
People weren't snubbed here. They're already
Let's
in.
go. The class of 2019. Can't believe we're doing it that long. LJN, Macho Man Randy Savage. Galoob Series 1 Sting. Hasbro Series 1 Hulk Hogan. Defining Moments WrestleMania 7 Macho Man. And Classic Superstars Series 1 Ultimate Warrior. What a great class.
Unreal.
What a great class.
Man,
it gets
like,
a little...
Every one of those figures is like iconic, I feel like.
It gets a little funky towards the end, or probably the next year, because people start voting for like current figures.
Got a little, a little cray.
2020,
got a little too excited, our voters, I think.
Series 1, LJN Hulk Hogan. Series 1, Macho Man Randy Savage Hasbro.
Yep.
Series 1, Jack Specific Bone Crunching Action Shawn Michaels. And here's a little funkiness, like the Snap Into a Slim Jim Metallic. It just come out that year.
It's still unbelievable, but
It's still unbelievable.
Yeah, I still would say that's a Hall of Fame figure.
Right.
I still would too, but when it came out in 2020, or it came out in 2019, it's a 2020 Hall of Fame.
it's got to age a little bit more.
Yeah, I
age-
think we
we-
need to put a 5-year.
No, we have switched the rules.
Okay.
We have.
Yeah.
And then also AWA Remco Road Warriors. Class of 2021. LJN Roddy Piper. Hasbro Series 1 Jake the Snake Roberts. Jack Specific Bone Crunching Action Series 3 Mankind. Classic Superstars Series 2 Ric Flair. The brand new figure.
This one's the big albatross.
Yeah, the one it just came out at the time. Ultimate Hollywood Hogan Patel.
Yeah, I mean-
Elephant in the room that wasn't even good enough to not get a redo.
Exactly. It was redone.
Yeah.
It was redone, yeah. Which the
And-
redone one's better.
The Wrestling Buddies.
I think it's
Hulk Hogan.
the same, though. I think we have to count that, right?
Yeah. No. You don't count the redo.
The redo counts.
No, it doesn't.
It's a
It's a better
tag team
figure
partner.
of the same figure.
All right. Class of 2022. We have the King Kong Bundy LJN, Hasbro Andre the Giant, Jack's Bone Crunching Action Series 1 Razor Ramon, the Jack's Classic Superstars Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Defining Moments Bret the Hitman Hart with the Canadian flag, and Wrestling Buddies Ultimate Warrior. That's a great class right there. Great class. Class of 2023. We have the LJN Iron Sheik, the Hasbro White Trunks Ultimate Warrior, the Series 1 Bone Cruncher Gold Dust, the Jack's Classic Superstars 2-pack of LOD in the red. This one just came out at the time, the Mega Powers Hogan and Macho.
That you guys hated.
Too rough.
I hated that figure. Hated.
I love it. I love it.
And also was new at the time, the Storm Collectibles Jushin Thunder Liger.
Which is a thing of beauty, but
Yeah, I think the
was so
Macho
new.
and Hogan and the Jushin stand up, but at the time it was like, what the hell?
yeah.
Class of 2024, we have the Mean Gene Okerlund LJN, the first Undertaker Hasbro figure, ECW Rob Van Dam.
Finally,
the
ECW.
Yeah. George the Animal Steel, Jack's Classic Superstar, Defining Moment Crow Sting, and the Macho King Randy Savage Wrestling Buddies. So up next, the class of 2025, we have different categories. We had different voters. Guys, I do not know the winners of this, so
don't
I will
either.
be
This
surprised.
is all real, baby.
Hey, you want to pop in here so you can do the reveals and tell us what's going on here? Oh my God, look at these suits.
Oh, he's dressed for the occasion. What a pro. Is McAfee coming to help co-host this with you?
Is
Not
Booker, T,
today.
is Booker T sleeping somewhere?
Is Booker
Not
T asleep
today.
already?
Unbelievable.
All right. So first category, and that's one
Hold
thing.
on. I just want to note, no Titantron Live figures in the Hall of Fame.
I always vote for it.
I mean, I think there's one I put on my list that I'm thinking of, but not a lot of like stunning ones. Let's just say that.
We've got Remco, we've got LGNs, we've got Hasbro's, we got Jack's. No WCW Toy Biz.
Which I
Ooh.
went pretty hard on my list with those.
Definitely got Buddies. No Bendies.
No bandies.
Yeah.
Okay.
First category for LJN Toys WF Wrestling Superstars. We have Andre
Wow.
the Giant, part of the first assortment
Long
released
overdue.
in winter of 1984, just in time for Christmas. Afro Andre.
Dun, dun, dun.
Afro Andre, I will, that's clearly a Hall of Fame figure. I know somewhere Michael Dawkins, our lawyer, is crying.
Wipe the tears.
Great figure. I love it. Although when I was a kid and I got this, I was like, why does Andre have long hair?
Same, but I would rent all these tapes and realize that he had an afro at some point.
Yeah, he trimmed it,
Really
I think,
cool.
throughout. Either for WrestleMania 1, he didn't have it, so I'm pretty sure for
Right, so my whole life he has it short.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell?
And the initial assortment did come with the display stands as well, so that was only for 2 months or whatever, for 3
This is
months.
one of those classic
I
five
can't believe
backs.
it. Matt and I, like when this is in debuts, like in a store, Matt and I aren't even alive.
And D Freedom is
D Freedom is
17 years old.
I was in high
space.
school.
Yeah, Mark's finishing college.
All right, second category
He saw
for
WrestleMania
Hasbro
1 on
WF.
closed circuit TV.
For Hasbro WF / Louis Galoob Toys WCW, we have Yellow Card, Figure Assortment 11, The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
One of my favorite figures of all time. A figure that I played with as a child.
when I got this figure, I remember Christmas morning. I did not know it was coming out. This is pre-internet, obviously, so I get this whole set. I'm like, the Heartbreak, and he was my guy. He was the first heel, first bad guy I liked. I didn't quite understand until years later because he was so damn good in the ring and made everyone look good. I didn't get that at the time, but
Huge
wow.
upgrade from the first Shawn Michaels.
Huge upgrade. Oh my God.
The conceited crunch. And originally, guys, it's supposed to have that Virgil style punch.
Right.
But it gets switched to this Rick Martel Macho Man body.
Yeah, with the
cool.
Bret Hart legs and the Virgil torso and arms. The boxer mechanism. All right, for the third category, for Jack Specific WF / WWE, the bone crunching action segment, as well as, this is all one category, so Toy Biz WCW figures were also eligible, as well as San Francisco Toy Makers, original San Francisco Toy Makers, ECW.
So this is like Attitude Era.
Yes, definitely late 90s. So for this one,
Yes.
Long overdue too here.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
What?
Boys, WWF Superstars, Jack Specific, Series 4, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the debut Stone Cold Steve Austin action.
Rookie figure.
Rookie figure. I had this figure signed. Again, when this came out pre-internet, I walk into a Toys R Us in July of, 1997. I was like, you got to be kidding me. What?
I mean, what a wanted figure at the time, man. I don't think people realize how sought after this figure was.
And it's re-released a million times, but for the first time getting this, and it's a whole set of bad boys of heels. So great. Iconic
Perfect.
for sure.
Could do the stunner easy. It's great.
And for the fourth category, for Jack Specific WF / WWE non-bone crunching action figures, so a lot of, I guess, post 2000s or 2000s. This is
So that would be Titantron Live. And then
Whoa.
I
Yes.
didn't vote for this. I didn't see this coming.
I think I did vote for this.
2003
Cena rookie
Jack
figure.
Specific WWE Ruthless Aggression Series 1, John Cena.
Send me that graphic, D. I'm going to send it to Cena. Maybe he posts on his Instagram.
Say congrats.
Hey, you know what's funny is we have a video. Broski reviewed one of our first YouTube videos ever. Is Broski unboxing this and reviewing it?
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. But this is rookie John Cena.
It's his rookie figure.
Number
Yeah.
one.
Initially, it was advertised with different colored gear, but obviously this gear is pretty iconic. So potentially this, obviously the Best of Ruthless Aggression segment by Mattel is no longer available, but who's to say that this can't get revisited for a future Legend series?
And it's in his major pod gear,
Right.
as
Yeah.
Joe Hersky says.
There we go. Great call, Joe.
For the fifth category, this is Mattel WWE. Mattel been having the master toy license for WWE products for 15 years now. So,
Yep.
well, actually, if you want to count since its launch, so since 2008, they've had the license or so. So for this one, the first ever Matty Collector exclusive.
HBK is all over this figure.
Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, The Rockers, the only Mattel Marty Jannetty, correct?
Yeah.
Wow, it still holds up. with the
I
ripped
wish Sean's hair was
t-shirts.
a little more blonde, but it holds up, guys.
Yeah. Wow.
Cool 2-pack posed in the package. Colorful.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Love it.
I'm bummed no Toy Biz or ECW
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah, I think there's bendies that deserve to be in here. I think that there's
a lot of deserving
Toy
figures,
Biz
don't
for
get me wrong.
sure.
Great class, but
And if anyone has ideas to switch up the categories, feel free to leave suggestions.
sure.
But Matty Collector, that predated Mattel Creations. That was, I think, it ceased operation in 2016 or so. It went on for quite a bit, but the 2011 and 2012 was the Legends program because those shifted from mass retail to direct-to-consumer. So before there was the direct-to-consumer outlet through Mattel Creations, there was Matty Collector. So nice to see that get some recognition here in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast class of 2025. And for the sixth and final category, the miscellaneous category, we have a continuation.
That's my vote. I was like, we got to just get them all in.
Is that the whole set's in now?
All one through, like Series 1, all 4 are in now. The $1 Million Man, Tonka Wrestling Buddy.
Oh, looks so good. Look at that.
Pretty cool.
It's iconic. It really is.
Yeah, all 4 of them are, though. You know what I mean? Everyone had all of them growing up. So if that's like your wheelhouse of your childhood, like everybody had them.
I mean, you had all 4 of them, because you could either team with Hogan and Warrior and then beat up Macho King and $1 Million Man.
And lovingly recreated through Major Buddies as well with the $1,000 broski Matt Cardona.
What a great
There
class
it is.
Sweet.
Dun, 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 dun,
A lot
dun.
of deserving figs.
Chris DiGiovanni says, need a special wing in this Hall of Fame to put in figure lines, independent toy releases. I don't agree with that. An independent figure could go into miscellaneous. And I don't think any independent figure that's out there should be in the Hall of Fame because they're all new companies.
I'm trying to think like a 5-year-old independent that holds up as like
The greatest figures of all time?
Yeah.
No way.
That Matt and Brian Powertown 2-pack we'll see in 5 years, though.
Joe Hersey doesn't have a bad idea. What about categories per promotion? That's not terrible.
That's a
Banjol says, where's the AEW? AEW, not in the Hall of Fame
They're
yet.
only 5 years old at this
anything
point
that's
anyway.
like-
So
Yeah, not yet.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, we maybe tweak some things next year, but what a great class. D, thank you for calculating all this.
Man, thank you.
Anything like any good runner-up, like close runners-up, or was this it?
The ECW Sabu was, I think, the runner-up for that category.
Yeah.
So potentially he'll get his just due in next year's class. And I think the green suit $1 Million Man was the runner-up for the Hasbro WF category with Galoobs. Luger, Galoob, and Flair were counted in there as well, but I'm not sure in terms of their ranking where they were at. A lot of the LGNs, I think the what was the one? Let me see here. But
yeah, I think that Flair Galoob's got to be in there. I think the
Mike
Austin
Small says
Bendy-
play set. I can see a play set or ring going in next year. Good. That's a good idea, Mike Small.
Yeah.
Ring / play set.
Yeah, for sure.
the Punjabi prison.
Well, you know the Hasbro ring's gonna win year 1. You know it's gonna happen,
Yeah,
but it
that could
deserves
be
it.
in,
Dude.
How could it
miscellaneous,
not?
How could it not?
Yeah.
We'll
Actually,
tweak some things.
yeah, the Luger Galoob was actually the runner-up instead of the DiBiase. So
Ooh, okay.
the Luger Galoob, as well as Hillbilly Jim. He was the runner-up for the LGN category. It's Sabu. And then for the Ruthless Aggression / Titantron, the only Titantron one that got some recognition was the Team Extreme one in terms of familiar votes. So Team Extreme with the 3-pack.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then for Mattel, Ringside Collectibles exclusive, but has been revisited. The Straight Edge Society, CM Punk was the runner-up for that.
It's a great one.
I mean, that figure does hold up.
And for miscellaneous, the runner-up was Popey Hogan.
D, what do you think when something gets refurbished, isn't that like adjacent to the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I don't think
It's a different item to me.
It's a different item. Different item. Different
So you
item.
kick out that Ultimate Hogan?
No, it's in. The other one. Man, this can be boned up to get all
That
Hall of
Ultimate
Fame
Hogan
men on
was on
card.
PEDs. I think we should kick him out.
Bro, I want to get all these men on card to do like a Hall of Fame.
That Alton Hogan bet on wrestling, I think he's banned for life.
God. All right. This is a great segment. Let's make this. This will be its own thing on YouTube. But guys, thank you so much. We'll. I can't believe we've been around so long.
Clapping.
All these. Keep clapping. You
better not be sleeping, D. All
right, guys. Let's go to weekly purchases brought to you by collectmajor.com.
Big match at my house? I'll bring my guys. You have yours. I've got Sergeant Slaughter. And I got Ric Flair. Woo! Here's Andre the Giant. And here's Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. And Brian Myers. And Matt Cardona.
They're so real. Can you tell the difference?
Roster cut. Video silence.
Big rubber guys. They're for real. Each sold separately on MajorBendies.com.
Big rubber guys. Collect them all.
All right, guys, literally, if you're listening early, your last chance to get the Haku, the Tonga Kid, the Bruiser Brody, the Kerry Von Erich, the pre-order is the order. And then, of course, there's all the in-stock items. There's a Macho Man, there's a Flair, there's the comic book. There's so much stuff over there on collectmajor.com. Every single week, use the hashtag collectmajor.com. If we pick your picture or video, you will get a prize. Who wins this week, Mark?
Russell Cartwright, currently my favorite indie toy line to collect. Major WF Pod, Collect Major delivers as promised and communicates with their customers. What a novel concept.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
Now entering the Titantron in the back. Love that. All right.
Who's got some stuff this week?
A lot of squared Circle Expo gets here.
Ooh, let's see them.
So
you got a Big Trouble Ben Bishop signed?
Yeah, it's an ultimate.
He
So
looked so disgusted.
I talked about the elites that, I was getting random like legends that I just felt like I needed in my collection.
Yeah.
So going into Squared Circle Expo, I'm like, Brett's going to be there. That's a layup. I was like, but what Brett is the Brett that I need in my collection? And I put some thought into this. And then I realized that it would be the Chase Elite 94, and that's because it represents SummerSlam 91. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, my favorite match of all time.
I have the same
Eddie
thing, Brian.
Gonzalez hooked it up. Look at this beauty.
It's a beautiful one.
So
Wow.
freaking nice. Going right on the wall right after the show. So I have an autographed Bret Elite in my collection.
Can I?
Got a ringside collectibles defender here.
Was it hard to find a non-messed up one? Because that's the
Yes,
crappy
actually, and
packaging, right?
I knew it would be, and I'm such a pro that I bought like 3 on eBay just to make sure one was going to be minty, because like you just never freaking know.
So I got this years ago, I believe, from High Spots, but I was trying at the time to think, should I do or could I even do every like show I was at signed? You know what I'm saying? Like
one representation of it.
right. So, but I'm thinking like that latest Shawn Michaels SummerSlam has that little picture of Regal on it.
I actually just said this to somebody this weekend. A weird pet peeve of mine is I do not like signed figures when it's a Build-A-Figure set.
Yes.
You get this cool autograph of some legend, and then Golga's in the corner. It's like, what the fuck is that? And it's like not a knock, but like it's reality. Like the Build-A-Figure character is a Build-A-Figure for a reason, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you get this legend sign, and Adam Pearce is there. Like, come on, like, you don't want that. No offense, but like,
Well, that's that because I want
it
that
ruins
Shawn.
the items.
Yes, the presentation.
Right. Yes.
Because I want that Shawn with his big cock drawn on it, but I don't
Right.
want William Regal.
And
Nothing
actually,
against Regal.
not to mention now, the window is so small anyway. It's like,
Right.
It's not a bad. It's not a good idea anyway.
I still might do it because I have like the WrestleMania 10 Razor Ramon, the basic side. I have that Brett signed.
Right.
I would get that Ultimate that just came out, the WrestleMania 20 Cena. I can get my good friend John to sign it for me.
That'd be cool. I like this idea.
Yeah.
I'll keep going. It's crazy because he doesn't do a lot of appearances. He's Mark's colleague. He sees him every week, but I haven't seen him in a long time. Finally got the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels here on a Series 2 Marvel Toys
Wow.
TNA figure. That was a big get.
Did you talk to him, or did you
Hung
sense
with
him?
him and talked to him, caught up with him. It was great, man. He was
Nice.
on it. He was flattered. I got this piece done, which I don't think a lot of these exist. So Brian Sokol from Golden Ring Collectibles hooked me up with the Sabu autograph there at a big event that I wasn't at. Sorry, it's hard for me to see and show.
Did you want him to sign on the?
So if I was there, I wouldn't have had him do it, right?
Yeah.
I would have had him sign the bubble
Yes.
if I was there present. And I saw that. I'm like, eh. So then I see Raven, who's my buddy, and I haven't seen him in a while. I sat down with him. We were catching up, and I showed him my stuff, and he signed everything. And I wasn't really paying attention or telling him what to do, and Raven signed on his shirt. So now it matches, which I love. But also, this figure, randomly, Raven has this airbrush plain black shirt on. So now it's kind of like he took away like an eyesore and kind of made it like a work of art.
Bro, I literally thought
Oh my God! I thought that was his shirt.
There you go. Right.
Me too.
So
I was thinking, how come Raven didn't get it? You didn't get him to sign it.
That's he created like a unique piece, and I don't know if he does that every time he signs this or whatever. But I didn't really ask him because we were like catching up and bullshitting, and I was just happy to get it signed.
Wow.
So love that. Also, that's like kind of the only. This is the only Sabu Marvel TNA figure is in the 2-pack. So, and he's one of my favorites. So obviously I had to get that done. And then lastly, I'm working on this set, guys. You know, I've been doing this for over, I think, exactly a year now. Been doing this TNA Marvel set, and I was thinking about it. And there's two guys that are. Well, I guess now I'm lying because Raven, I have the Series 1 that's literally behind me, and that Raven, just because he's with Sabu. But two guys, Bobby Roode and Eric Young, are like two of my good friends, and I adore them and respect them. And their figures have chases that are like significantly different characters. Like literally, Bobby Roode's figure is Bobby Roode Team Canada and a Robert Roode. So I want him to sign both of those. And then Eric Young has Eric Young Team Canada, and then like Scared Don't Fire Eric. So I was like, you know what? I need both. So I brought this to Rebellion with me, and I got a Don't Fire Eric Young.
That's cool
for the collection too. So pretty excited about all these gets. It was a good weekend for that collection. I mean, it's I'm down to like the crazy obscure guys like Monty Brown and Matt Bentley, who I don't know how I'm going to track down.
Yep.
And WWE producers, basically.
Yeah, Chase Stevens.
No, I need Chase too, but Chase is out there making towns and stuff. We just haven't been on the same show in a while. You know, that one I'm not worried about. Let's just say, but doing pretty good.
That's awesome.
I'm going to take pictures for our social media. I've been hammering through this. I got Raven to sign it. I got Lance Storm. Lance Storm was literally going over the main event yesterday at Rebellion. I said, excuse me, can you sign this? Julian, right in front of Julian. You can ask him about that. He got a big pop. So, yeah. I mean, this is loaded. I mean, I have Sabu and RVD.
Wow, that's cool.
Shane Douglas, who Kyle Peterson, by the way, immediately saw that you spelled Pittsburgh wrong, and he was pissed about it.
Brian, you had this in the trainer's room yesterday, or the locker room, laid out, and I was like, ooh, will Brian get mad if I go to my page and just sign it?
There's the Lance Storm autograph. And actually, I got Tommy Dreamer this weekend, too, so there's Tommy.
Do you get him to sign it twice in every spot?
No, because then RVD would have to sign like 4 or 5 times. Like, that's stupid. I just do their debut, and that's it. I'm hammering through it. I mean, I'm down to like, I need like, I probably did more than half of who I can. I need Bubba, Jerry Lynn, Credible.
This is like a Disney encyclopedia you're bringing around the parks.
It's pretty fun for me. I'll just keep bringing it on my travels. So,
all right, what else, guys?
I didn't get anything this week.
Whoa.
Of note, anyway.
I picked up 2 things at the Squared Circle Expo from our good friends Toy Vomit. One I will talk about when I actually get it in hand because I had Connect ship at home. But the one that I just brought with me, it's this TNA Legends of the Ring Jack Specific Sting.
Great
This
Sting.
So it's like a Ruthless Aggression style. It kind of would fit with your classic superstars.
100%, that's what it's meant to do.
Yeah, I had it, and then I sold it, and I regretted it, and it was at Toy Vomit's booth, so I picked it up. So I also need the Sting that's like the Crow Sting. So if anyone has that for sale, I'd want them in on card. I don't want someone's loose, like with their dirty hands figure. I'm looking for that.
Doing chocolate, man.
Yeah, I still don't know. Again, I will say this. Confirmation, I told Brian, I finally agreed to the price on my custom-built displays for inside my room.
Oh, yeah.
So it's coming, guys. We got the price down, not as low as I would have liked, but it's down. And I figured, like, this is the company I want to use. Like, could I have found cheaper? Yes. Could I bought store-bought times 15 and been cheaper? Yes. But this is exactly what I want, the exact size, the exact shape. These guys are doing everything else in my house, the kitchen cabinets, they're doing the closets. So I'm like, everything will be there once I move in. They're not going to have someone bringing up, up the stairs, banging walls. It'll be built exactly to the wall. It will fit perfectly like a glove.
big, like.
It's a game changer. It's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah,
custom.
great
It's going to
thing to
fit
have, yeah.
the house because they have all the blueprints.
To not worry about, right?
Right. So
I know you were legitimately exploring like buying shelves because you were asking people in the group.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I had some conversations with a bunch of different companies, and like, yes, was the price going to be cheaper than what this is? Yes, but these are exactly what I wanted. I shouldn't say exact, but pretty damn close to what I wanted. Like for instance, I was going to have, if it makes sense, it's 30 feet cases on each side. I was going to have it divided by 6, so 6 different bays.
Yep.
But because of like the size of the glass, I have to get it into like 7 bays. So not quite what I wanted, but close enough.
And that helped bring the price down.
It helped break the price down because the glass isn't as long.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
And yes, these will be purple, guys. These will be purple.
Sweet.
So,
God.
I'm very excited.
As I walked in the door this morning at 7 a.m., my Target Legends were sitting there waiting for me. I had to open this one right away because I'm so fired up about
That looks so. I can't wait to get that, bro. It looks
wrestling machine Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Dude, I was freaking pumped to have this. Like,
it almost looks like the TNA Marvel fig.
it's
Yeah.
so cool. I mean, I love it. That was the one I was most excited about.
He's got the wrestling shoes and the mouthpiece.
Yeah, because we really haven't seen that. And it comes with he comes with his gold medal in other hands, but this to me, I want him to be like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, Kurt Angle. So awesome. This car, I didn't get to open the rest, but like Carlito looks unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
mean, like almost perfect. Do you display that with the chain or without the chain, broski?
Without the chain.
Right, that's what I was thinking. It's not evergreen with the
No,
chain, right?
no.
That's just that Cena feud. And then in the box was one Rosie. Is this the chase?
That's the chase, I believe.
Right. So I'm gonna hang on to this, and I believe another shipment's coming with another Rosie and the Godfather, which stinks.
You got to keep both Rosies though, right?
100%. And obviously, I didn't want to like rip into this in case I get too. You know, I'm just gonna wait and see. Also, Target is so weird. Like, okay, this Rosie had a sticker on the back.
Yeesh.
Carlito had no sticker, and then Kurt Angle had one dead in the middle of the bubble where you couldn't. even see
Carlito
the
doesn't
sticker.
have one on the top of the box.
Who
I could have
does?
sworn.
Oh my God! Look, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that. Like, what on earth?
That's so random. In the front, in the bubble?
I mean, Kurt Angle's
did that?
was right down the thing. I was like, Jesus, so hideous. Oh, I can show you. Look.
I will say this, guys: the pre-orders, Target kills it. Walmart, the shits.
Walmart, though.
But I mean, with those stickers, they're not really. You're really rolling the dice there.
You are rolling it. You're definitely rolling the dice with, the condition of the
my-
package.
Last thing, as soon as I set up at Circle Expo, of course, I tried to do a lap, but it's just too overwhelming. But I got a little far. One of the vendors had the Monday Night War Ringmaster touch. Put your hand on the screen there, brother.
Yeah.
So this is I think a cool upgrade. I forgot this belt really sucks and only fits like the suit of DiBiase, so it has to be on his shoulder.
I dig it.
I
Definitely an
pulled out
upgrade.
the old one. He's cut, boy. It's still a nice figure.
what
The
are-
hair
what-
is significantly lighter.
But everything else is the same, really?
Everything
Different
else
hands?
is the same. You just get the hands to make it a little more fun.
Got it.
But I mean, everything else is like pretty spot on same.
I love it.
He comes with 3 sets of hands to really kind of mix it up. But the belt, the other thing is lame is the belt is on his waist in the package, but it does not fit. It looks kind of terrible because it has one notch. It doesn't have multiple notches to like
Got it.
to
Yeah.
mess with it. But still cool, still an upgrade. I love that you can do that hand pose like from that promo.
I don't even remember that promo, to be honest.
What? He says, "Put your hand on the screen."
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was that it for us?
Yep.
All right, let's go to the major mark purchases of the week.
All right, boys, buckle in. We got a couple of weeks here. Not too many, but a couple of weeks to talk. I wanted to get the people from last week in that I had picked. So let's go with Kyle Yates first. He's a big boy.
Man, that's a beauty, bro.
Signed Macho King
That
Wrestling
is
Buddy.
filthy. Like how nice that is too. Like it's not even like in a bad spot. Like you can't ask for anything better.
He says, got this from a fellow collector who knew I liked signed stuff. The condition is superb, and the Macho signature really pops like it was just done last week.
Man,
That's a beautiful. I had that as a kid, obviously. I don't have it anymore, but it was all beat up. I used to wrestle on it, my trampoline with it, like destroyed it.
Insane.
just $1,000 pillow that you fucked up, Risky.
Marcus Brandon here WWE World having so many autograph sessions was great. I met Chelsea Green Friday morning and had her sign my gobbledygooker figure.
That's great.
I had swapped out the head with her basic figure and then had her sign and inscribed, "Real Thanksgiving is in October."
That's funny. That's good. Unique item.
Yeah. It's a fun pod thing. Okay, here we go. Todd Thomas Michael, looky, I got hooky. In first grade, I remember seeing Hook in theaters and was, well, hooked. I had the toys, the comforter, the curtains. When Hook came out on VHS, I had to have it. However, would my family just buy it for me? No. My godmother made me a deal. If I got straight A's on my report card, she would get me the video. That report card was my first and last time I ever got straight A's. I showed up with the pride that Thanksgiving with report card in hand, and when I showed my godmother the outcome, she handed me the tape. I wore that thing out until it finally broke. Fast forward 32 years, and it had been decades since I actually sat down and watched it, but when I heard Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, which, by the way, we have this bonus episode on our Patreon, was doing a Hook movie review, I had no choice but to check it out. Instantly, all the memories filled my soul, including that memory of getting my original VHS that amazing Thanksgiving day. Then hearing the pod talking about grading, I had the idea of getting a new VHS, but it had to be graded. So I spent weeks scouring eBay, checking every picture diligently for the perfect copy until I did. But when it came in, I wasn't pleased, so I ended up selling and shipping it to Major Mark. After the sale, though, total FOMO hit. I reached out to see if he would sell it back.
No.
Without hesitation, he had no problem selling it for exactly what I sold it for. And the day I got it back, I didn't even bother opening it before I slapped the label and shipped it out for grading. After $125 spent and 3 long months of waiting, I am now the proud owner of a 9.4 Hook.
That's great.
With an A+ seal.
Great grade, too.
And ton of memories encapsulated forever. That is really interesting that he thought it was bad. And it came back 9.4.
Right.
I think CGC, like I've been doing a lot of research on grading recently. That's the company I went with for all my prototypes. Yeah. I think they're my favorite company because they grade so many different things. Like a company like AFA, they only grade certain items. CGC will, if you have like a Hook loose figure, they'll grade it and they'll create the slab for the loose figure with the weapon. Like they do a lot of custom stuff, and they also take a lot. They grade a lot sooner and quicker than the other companies.
Right. I mean, that Hook holds up. We've said it here a million times, and that box art is fucking awesome, too.
It does.
What did Roy get now?
Roy.
Oh, man.
So this was from, obviously, WrestleMania. Where do I begin? The entire week was so amazing, even though I'm starting to feel my age. I ended up getting a 2007 CMLL Hag Damien 666 figure signed, a Boss Fight Studios I Am Brilliance Lady Maravilla signed, a Boss Fight Laredo Kid signed, and also a Blue Demon Jr. signed, the 1992 CMLL theme song album. Great Muda signed a couple Japanese magazines that Antonio Inoki had already signed from 94. Paul White also signed the 1996 Peace Festival program, and also Ricky Banderas, who was known as Mil Muertos in Lucha Underground, signed the 2007 AAA Photorama 2-pack with him and Zorro. Not to mention getting to meet many of the Major Marks and the team. Thank you guys for an amazing weekend. First guy I saw in Vegas, tired as hell, bleary-eyed walking into this casino was Roy Lucier.
The best.
Oh, my God.
He's the best.
Okay. Jeff Noyes picked up a Spider-Man 36, the 9/11 issue, CGC 9.6, with a sketch of Spidey and the Twin Towers done by John Romita Jr. and Scott Hanna. I thought that was unique. Moving on to this week, we just got a couple. I had to mention Squared Circle Expo. Tom Sheehan, all of these signed figures are from Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis, the best wrestling convention in the Midwest. I met JR, X-Pac, Mick Foley, Chris Statlander, Will Ospreay. Chris Statlander was that a thing? Wow.
I never saw her. She was there only the one day, in and out.
Will Ospreay, Ponderosa.
Howard never even came and said hi to me.
Crazy. Joe Hendry, Raven, and SDL also took advantage of some pro photo ops with Mankind, Will Ospreay, and JR, Jerry the King Lawler. Every year it gets better and better. When will Mark Sterling attend Square Circle Expo? I got to go.
Hey, that's
Mark, what are you doing,
another
Mark?
selling point, those pro photo ops, man. If we haven't sold you in Squared Circle Expo yet,
it is the best, dude.
And we had several fans come up to us and say, when's your and Matt's photo op? And I said, I don't know. You know what? Ed hasn't mentioned it. Then I asked him. He said, I didn't put you on the schedule this year. And I was like, you hate money, huh?
I love money, and I made a lot of money at Squared Circle.
No, but like a lot of our fans like that. That we go, it's a separate room with a nice, it's a legit pro photo op. It's cool.
Brian, I loved this one. Jeff Noyes snagged an epic sports collection with signed jerseys, bats, baseballs, and photos. The highlights were signed items of Andrew Jones, Tim Tebow. Well, remember Tim Tebow? Yeah, Willie Mays, Sandy Koufax, Carmelo Anthony, Bret Hart, RVD, and The Undertaker. But probably the coolest item was this authentic seat. Bottom from Shea Stadium. I will end up making this a project piece for autos of former Mets. Now I have seats for original stadiums of the Steelers, Cubs, Mets, Reds, and Yankees.
Wow. I have my Mets chairs out on my deck. I'm very proud of them.
Liz did not like that at first, but I think it's one of the coolest things you have.
Right.
Okay, last one here. Tom's Wrestling Collection. Oh, yeah, what a rush. I picked up 2 monster autographs this weekend. A dual-certed Macho Man and a JSA-certed Road Warriors autograph. These men are a huge part of the reason I loved wrestling as a kid. Pretty cool.
Hey, Macho Man never really signed like Randy Savage, huh? I'm looking at his house.
Macho Man.
Hey, that's like the very, very much more common version of his auto that you see.
Yeah. All right, 2 Major Mark displays of the week. This is last week's. I loved this.
That's clean. You
gotta buy some more stuff.
Well,
it's a little too clean.
Guys, that's too isolated for me, bro.
I don't know. I like the uniqueness of it. I like that it's so clean and lit, and it looks like a museum. Anyways, Ryder James says my 80s, 90s WWF Zombie collection with a few exceptions. I haven't got any Hasbro, so I'm hoping Zombie will go deep into the Hasbro roster for some updated versions.
I like that he won't put the WWE logos on the rings.
It's cool.
Yeah, I do think it actually looks cool like that.
I respect it.
Yeah.
All right, this week, unique collection here.
Wow.
Justin Groft, WCW lives on in this section of my toy room. Growing up, WCW was the first wrestling program I watched, so I knew when I visioned putting my toy room together that it had to be the centerpiece. In this case, in the cases pictured, I have a few Galoobs, which I just started collecting after watching the Christmas special you guys did. Just about every guy from the OSFTM series, and the rest are Elites, Ultimates. I'm slowly filling the shelves and enjoying every minute of it. So
I feel like Mark wants to come over and crack some beers in that room with you.
Yeah, WCW. I love that. I love that he even has it on the TV in the background.
Perfect.
That's a cool way to display the ring too, when you don't have the real estate to have it out and full. And
I might steal that idea from my toy room. So thank you very much.
Yeah, it is cool. All right. Caught up in a couple of weeks there. Thanks for bearing with us, guys.
The post-Mania news is always so epic.
That's right.
For a loop.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Up next, the Q&A brought to you by Blue Chew.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, if you're feeling your age more than you used to, especially in the bedroom, it's time to snap out of it. Blue Chew is what you need to perform where it's most important, and perform in a major way.
Does Blue Chew work? If you're asking that question, we want you to know that Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is by giving you a month free. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive the prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises.
So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
Blue Chew wants men to rock hard. They told me. That's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our audience. Try Blue Chew free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit BlueChew.com. That's BlueChew.com to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
Well, guys, like I said at TNA Rebellion, I got shoved by Sydney onto the top rope. Blue Chew was needed after that, a double dose of Blue Chew. So we thank everyone at Blue Chew for providing us with the product to keep us always ready.
Thank God.
So,
yeah, so these are last week's questions, so they're all WrestleMania related, but
That's totally
pretty
fine.
cool. Here is my question. Alex Mahoney 413. Are you from the 413, pal? That's my area code. WWE decides to bring back the gimmick Battle Royal for WrestleMania 42. What Ruthless Aggression era names are brought back to participate?
Oh, man, that's so easy. Snitsky,
Boogeyman.
Eugene, Boogeyman.
I love
Mordecai.
Give me a Charlie Haas in there.
Are we just doing gimmicks or just guys?
Guys that could still be in it physically, I think. Right?
Well, I mean, there's so many guys. I mean, you can put London
Mr.
in there.
Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy. Rob Conway as the con man. Just look at me.
Conway, yeah. Conway. I think he was there this weekend. We didn't see like anybody because
we saw Mordecai coming over, and like I think he paid listen to this. I think he paid a fan in advance.
This is unreal.
He came over to give us another stiff handshake and hug, like we were. He pretends we were like buddies on the road. He was like a dick to us at WWE. Now he pretends we're buddies. So he's coming over.
No, Kevin's the kind of guy. He walks in a room and he's like, he sees like who's the most over guy because I'll go up to him first.
Yeah,
you know, like so like it was never the Major Brothers, but you know. He was nice to us, but not.
So he comes over
first.
He's shooting the shit, and like 2 minutes later, some guy comes over. Now, granted, Kevin is not even supposed to be there. He's not advertised. Then some fan comes over randomly with like ECW Kevin like Thorne figure. He's like, "Oh, I was looking all over for you," and he signs it there for free.
And he was like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening." We're like, you slipped this guy like a 20 or something. Like this is not a real moment whatsoever. But whatever.
But yeah, Mordecai could be in it. There's Matt Stryker, your teacher, could be in it.
I like that one.
Some good ones.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Some good ones.
I would actually, man. I want to see that now.
Yeah, I love that.
Hornswoggle, Great Khali, Deuce and Domino, Simon Dean. Yeah. I'm reading all these things in the chat.
Simon Dean action would rule.
Maven.
Jacked Maven. Not YouTube loser Maven.
Wow, see, that was easy for you guys. All right.
Yeah.
Matt's question, Brett G. Brett G19. With Mattel getting into bloody figures, what are some other iconic bloody moments you'd like to see represented in fig form? Eddie Guerrero pops into my head, right?
Came to my mind.
I think the flare, like from that WrestleMania promo that Zombie just did.
Yeah, no question. But no question.
You don't think so?
No, I'm just saying they don't have flair at the moment.
Oh, that's right. They don't have flare.
Which stinks. We should also say this. The Stone Cold is like...
The Stone Cold's the one.
The number one with a bullet, like...
But I want to make sure that he has I want to make sure he has the push-up hands.
Yeah, that part is a little is a little alarming now. But
if he doesn't have the push-up hands, it's not...
Yeah.
We need that.
Right.
The Eddie is a must.
I don't think is probably ever going to be done, but like Vince for Mania 19.
Oh, that's never going to be done.
Never going to happen, but at the moment at least.
I mean, you could do like some ECW, just like bloody variants.
Just because, right? I mean, that's fine, but like, I think if it's like dialed in of like, oh, remember that? Like, Stone Cold WrestleMania 13 is like iconic blood situation. I think WrestleMania 8 Ric Flair is an iconic blood situation.
There's so many years of no blood.
Yeah, that too. I do think the Eddie was like the last one before like blood got banned that was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I want it to be blood, iconic blood, not blood for the sake of blood.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'll take that if it's someone cool, like, you know, a Terry Funk or something, whatever, but no.
Good question.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon Narlock, he's in the group. Go for Gnarly. He says, what do you think should be the first three figures made from this weekend's WrestleMania, either based on Toyota gear or magnitude of the moment?
I think Cody with that animatronic mask.
Right.
If they could figure out a way to make it actually move, or you give them different heads.
Yeah, something like that. Also, I was We haven't talked about this much. Like all Mattels are poppable heads now, huh?
What do you mean?
Like this Kurt Angle, it only came with one head.
I think that's been like that for a long time. All the
Not
basics.
a long time.
All the basics are like that, right?
Maybe like within the maybe I guess we just haven't talked about it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Got it.
Well, Yeet winning the title, right?
Right.
With the belt
Heat
ski.
for sure. Joe Hendry, as much as I hate to admit it.
A Joe Hendry figure. Wow.
I do like the Orton in his classic throwback colors.
I was gonna say when he came out in my mind, I'm like, this is like a shout out to his first pair of bikers,
Yeah,
right?
I dug that.
Which I would think is cool.
Yeah, that Chris Stanley. I was thinking in my head, like, Heyman really was like the big
Right.
story point from that, So like maybe the Heyman,
Yeah. Or
especially.
even like Ringside could do like a defining moment set where they're all meant to be
Yeah.
that, something like that.
Yep.
There's a lot, and obviously Bill gets very boned up with all the entrances. Some of them I felt like guys are just trying too hard. Like Ferg had that random mask. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And then like Dom had that mask he couldn't get off.
It was even better.
Yeah, it's just like,
Oh, him with the Intercontinental title?
oh yeah, I mean obviously.
I would love maybe like Austin and Brett in the suits with that little plaque.
And Brett with the smirk on his face. I can see Michelle thinking that. I mean, they got the McIntyre in with the mean face. They got a ton of them in.
That's a great Ringside exclusive 2-pack interchangeable.
What was the thing I saw? Never change, Brett.
This is not related, but don't you think they kind of need? I don't know if they have this. A Triple H suit with the.
I think
feel like
the
they
new
do.
3-pack with Miz and Truth is like.
But I don't know if he has the finger point.
Well, he needs the finger point for the pictures, right?
In my
That is
mind, he has it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's an iconic. I'm surprised we haven't gotten that already.
I think that's like their sneak. Like,
But that would sell, though. It's not like we're not talking. This is no offense to like Adam Pearce or anything like that, but like it's Triple H, guys.
right. Because he had that like with his new. Hey man, actually, with like the bald head, I don't think we've ever gotten a suit.
No, that's
with
what I'm.
Triple H.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to be
we have
stuck
like
into
authority
a 3-pack.
feud Triple H in the suits and stuff, but not like.
No,
but we're getting. Back to my point. We're getting in that weird Miz Truth title belt 3-pack with that 100%.
Yeah. But I think we can get a mass retail release Triple H with the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pose like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It would
And then
sell.
in your fig vid, you're congratulating somebody in the back for winning the
of
belt.
course.
Yeah, sorry,
I think
that's
that's-
not WrestleMania
yeah.
related.
But still, no, he took WrestleMania photos, so it would work.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Cena with the title, and then you can do the backwards shot of Triple H point, and it's Cena backwards.
Yep.
That totally works.
Definitely Cena after winning. He needs some kind of representation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, use the hashtag AskMajorPod on X, and we'll answer your questions every single week. But let's go to some good housekeeping. Okay, guys, youtube.com/@MajorWPod. What went up this week, Mark? It was you guys at where do you guys go?
Well, this week, it'll be up in a couple hours as we record this, but it was up on Monday. We went to Teddy Good's store. Look at that display.
Bunch of
in the
Hall of Fame buddies behind us there, Mark.
I love that.
Yeah. So we went to Teddy Good's store. Great little toy hunt.
Man,
Good 34
awesome
minutes.
blog, guys. Awesome time. Check it out.
His store is really cool. The vintage stuff,
yeah.
the unique items,
You
the
just
way
feel
it's
good
set up.
walking around. It makes you feel good. It's
I love
throwback.
I and Teddy Goods, if you ever want to bring me in for a signing, just hit me up. I won't overcharge you, but I won't give you a brother deal.
The combo is going to be stiff.
Yeah, well, so check that out. But we got a lot of stuff in the can. We're working on the WrestleMania one as soon as possible. So
Oh yeah, I got to put that stuff in there. Thanks for reminding me.
Yep.
ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWPod. Guys, this isn't really quite Major W Pod related, but Major and Pro Wrestling Tees are working on something really cool, guys. I think you guys are going to dig it. Coming soon. But until then, buy your t-shirts on ProWrestlingTees.com. Collect Major if you're listening early. The absolute last day to get Haku, Tonga Kid, Bruiser Brody, Kerry Von Erich, And that's it. Like we're not selling these, like Ringside's not getting these. No one else is getting these. These are the only way to get this is from us. So make sure you get it. Whatnot, every single Monday, Brian and I go on Whatnot. This Monday, today, I won't be because I'm on vacation, but next week I'll be back.
It's like you're not going to find things in Chelsea's dad's guest room to sell?
No, I'm not going to do that. Major Rewind every 2 weeks. Jay George takes us on a trip down memory lane. All the inside jokes about Major Pod, all the history. Check that out.
What was his excuse for his shaky cam work that he was holding the batteries in?
Okay, so that's the other thing I'm worried about with the WrestleMania thing, because he just said randomly that his camera broke earlier in the day, and he had to hold the lens in place. So now I'm like, oh no, about this footage
to dig through for Mark.
There were some times like he's filming and like he's like holding the camera out like this. I'm like, do you even see what you're shooting? Like this. Anyway. What's from the vault, Mark? What's coming up from the vault?
So last week was the J. George Rewind. So this week was I said last week, I'm not sure. This is the week that I would put it up. So I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm not sure. Something is up that is really vaulty.
Very cool. And then plugs, guys, TNA live this Thursday.
Irvine, baby.
And Friday, Irvine, California. Make sure you're there. TNA is on a roll. There is no doubt about that. So if you're in the California area, check it out or watch us live Thursday, May 1st. And Saturday, Brian, where are you guys going?
Well, then I'm headed Sunday, Gary Damron Championship Wrestling, baby. ASW, West Virginia. And I'm not coming alone. Me and my best friend, Eddie Edwards, the System, making our ASW debut.
Well, Leo Sparrow making his way.
Sparrow.
Oh, my goodness.
On his way to Sunday, May 4th, Madison Civic Center, Madison, West Virginia.
And I will be staying in the Los Angeles area because I am returning to GCW at the Ukrainian Cultural Center Saturday night.
Change in your hotel room and roll up in your gear.
I'm coming. Well, I'm not working. I'm just cut a promo. Spoiler. Wow. They're not paying me enough for that. So I just cut a little promo ski. I'm making my return. A little State of the Union address.
There's going to be some kind of big announcement coming from you.
Well, you haven't seen me in GCW since Hammerstein Ballroom, since Jimmy Lloyd screwed me over. So it's been about 4 months. But I am making my return to the Ukrainian Cultural Center for GCW.
No Jimmy Lloyd, no SDL.
Is there a new heater? We'll find out.
AEW is in Atlantic City.
Whoa.
The other GCW home. We're in Atlantic City. Let me tell you guys, the Premier Athletes on a roll.
Man.
Another big win. But
I feel like you're going to have a hell of a time, Mark.
We will be there. I'm driving. It's a good 5 hours.
Yeah, but you can spend the night and then leave the next day, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to.
Easy
AC,
peasy.
man. Woo.
AC.
That's where I met Liz, bro. That's where I met the love of my life. It's my place.
That's where I became the Deathmatch King. So I love AC.
Well, I need to make some sort of memory then.
This weekend, this fan comes up to bat. He goes, man, I've seen all your death matches, man. And then Jonathan, shout out Jonathan, Major Mark is very helpful always at Squares. He turns to me and goes, was it only just one? I go, yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely was, man.
I've worked the whole wrestling community. You know, it's not just, how many times I get that? Like, and even workers in the business, like, oh, you're crazy for doing all these matches. Okay, I've done a couple hardcore things since, but the true death matches,
what?
The one. But you call yourself, perception's reality. You call yourself the Deathmatch King.
I'm not faulting you for it. I'm just telling the story.
I fooled the whole world. All right.
I'm going to cut that from the pod.
It's like he fooled everyone at that Royal Rumble WrestleCon that he was going to be in the Rumble and he's never signing again.
That's why I made so much money. Cash.
Yeah, we know.
All right.
All right, good pod. We're out of time.
See ya.
1, 2, 3. I'll be back, Jack.
Join the community at MajorMarks.com and get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes footage, and become a member of the Major family.
You get bonus episodes on our careers, wrestling figure history, and exclusive interviews with our friends and legends in the business each month.
You also get early access to YouTube videos and, of course, the weekly podcast ad-free and breaking news updates.
Brand new shows featuring
Oh, baby.
and you. Each month, you can interview someone in the wrestling business with a Captain's Log.
Also, buy, sell, and trade in our exclusive Facebook community where people have become friends in real life.
Certain memberships include merch like monthly trading cards and quarterly mystery gifts.
Become a Major Mark and join MajorMarks.com today.